Welcome to Rhyme and Reason, the podcast where music meets meaning. I'm your host, Priss. Join me as we dive into the stories behind the songs, exploring the rhymes that make us move and the reasons that make us think. Across all genres, we'll dissect the lyrics, analyze the beats, and uncover the hidden gems that make music magic. Let's get into the rhythm. New episode every week. Rhyme and Reason, where every note has a story.
Hey, lovely, it's your girl, Priss. I'm so glad to be doing this today. I thought I would drop a special episode in celebration of my birthday today. So yay, happy birthday to me. I thought I would do this as just a reflection piece and also a gratitude piece as well. You may have noticed, if you've been following the show, I did take a little bit of a break from releasing new episodes due to matters beyond my control, but I didn't stop working. I did continue working. I've been growing my presence on social media, reaching out to some people and having conversations that are similar to what we do on the show, but I've been doing those on TikTok Live. We've had people coming in and sharing their thoughts on life matters that are inspired by iconic songs. So I just thought I would let you know that I am working on some more episodes just to finish up season 1. So yay. And so I'll be dropping a few of those episodes. And then when we're done, we will be working on season 2. Season 2 will be all video. So that's some exciting stuff we have to look forward to. So back to the agenda for today. It's my birthday and I'm feeling very thankful and very reflective. First and foremost, I just want to thank God. I want to thank my Heavenly Father for the gift of life and for making it so that I am here. Without Him, I am not. I can't even say I am nothing. I am not. Without Him, I do not exist. So I just want to thank God for giving me life and for yet another trip around the sun. So I really, really give thanks to God first and foremost. As I was reflecting over the last year, I'll just talk about what's been taking place since my last birthday. It's been a remarkable year, depending on how you look at it. I'm looking at it in a very positive light. I've had a few highlights, I've had a few downfalls, but all in all, I'm balanced out, and here I am actually able to share. A year ago, I couldn't do this. I had trouble sharing how I feel, sharing my experiences in a way that, people would understand. I was actually very fearful of pushing people away by telling them, what's really going on with me. So at this, about a little over a year ago, I did come home. By home, I mean Zimbabwe. It was supposed to be for just a short time, but I had to extend that a little bit because of one reason or another. Some of them, I will talk about them on here. I won't be able to paint a full picture because I will leave something to myself and to my family, but I did find myself in a situation where I had to come home and, get better. So I came Um, one of the things that I'm thankful for was the ability to actually, come to be close to family in a moment of crisis. And being here over the last year, since we're talking about highlights, I want to say that I feel like I have become a better mom, especially to my daughter who was diagnosed with autism, and has some developmental challenges as well. And when I look at the situation at the time that we got the diagnosis, to the time that I came home, and then to where we are now, but for God's grace. Um, Seriously, I thank God for the a better understanding of what life is like for her, and what I need to do to make life easier for her, and to help her fit into a society that doesn't function that way. I've seen a great improvement, not just in her, but in myself as a mom. I speak of me in this situation because, like I said, it's I'm reflecting on my journey. But there were times when I thought that she deserved better. I thought she deserved a better mom, and I was at a loss as to how I could, you know, help her, to fit into this world. But then I realized that a lot of things had to do with me fitting into hers. And I'm working on that part. And there's been some tremendous improvement. And I am the most blessed. I don't usually use the word lucky, but I am the luckiest and most blessed mom in the entire world to have such a joyful and just beautiful inside and out daughter like I have in my baby. And right now, as I speak, I've been away from her for one day, and I can't stop looking at pictures of her, and um, waking up, without her next to me was actually, a bit different for me. I'm so used to seeing her big grin and her big smile in the morning, and just her enthusiasm, and she's just so joyful, and I don't know what I would do without her. And I will do anything for that young lady. I would do anything. I would move mountains if I could, just to make sure that she's taken care of and she's okay. So I've had to actually make some decisions that are not so popular, because because I like it's about her, right? So while we're reflecting on the past year, one of the biggest areas of improvement for me has been in being a better mom to her. And speaking of being a mom, I not only have Maka, I also have two other beautiful babies. And these are my big boys who are in Canada, and they make up 2/3 of my heart. So I've had to learn over the past year to be a long distance parent. So since they were born, I had never been away from them for an extended time. And this is the first time that I've been away from them, and I miss them something awful. I miss them so much. But I've also learned to be there, um, even without being there physically. I I feel like we've gotten closer, if that's even possible, with me being away. So that's another thing I'm thankful for, and I'll be reunited with them very soon. So I'm excited about that. Anytime I think about that, it makes my day because like I said, I miss them something awful. So I'm going to be dedicating songs. So for my daughter, um, the song that speaks to our relationship is Martina McBride's In My Daughter's Eyes. I used to play that song for her when she was little, and she would always respond to it. So that's my dedication to Makanaka, my beautiful angel. And for my boys, who I am parenting long distance, they are adults, by the way. Can't believe that. And so my dedication for them is Sweetest Devotion by Adele. I will also talk a little bit about some of the developments in my career or things like that. I haven't made much headway as far as careers goes because I've been working on the family front, and I've been working on myself and making sure that I am well enough to take care of my family. And like I said, I made some very unpopular decisions by coming home. I had a lot of people who didn't agree with me, and I respect that because I respect them and I respect that they didn't agree with me, but I had to, and I am not. I don't regret it. So I did start a podcast. Shout out to McD who helped me, kind of helped me, nudged me along, across the line to actually do my first episode. If you remember, he was my first guest. And then I had a lot of supportive people like Diana Nera, Willis, the people who volunteered to come to my show and just make it happen. I couldn't thank them enough. I mean, I'm sitting here with one of the young men who's helped me quite a lot. I have Paddy from Eternity, Tadix from Eternity. They have been so instrumental in getting this out there. And it's such a blessing to be able to have people that help you take that leap, and giving me a platform to share my thoughts and my experiences and to reflect on songs that speak to us. And with each episode, we've been reaching a wider audience. It's been very fulfilling for me. And on top of that, just to piggyback on the podcast, I've started, growing the TikTok community as well, and kind of bringing rhyme and reason, the culture of rhyme and reason with Priss to the platform, to the people. So I'm not just talking to guests and having people listen to me. I'm actually opening it up to people who can teach us a thing or two. I could write a book about the things I've learned so far from those live chats that I have on my TikTok. So that's another area that I'm really thankful for. The engagement is growing. It's all about growth in that area. So that's one thing I'm really thankful for since my last birthday. So this is to new ventures. Anyone who started something new, who was afraid to start it, or who wasn't sure if it would take flight. I started it. I even had to take a break at some point, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm glad I haven't given up. I'm here, aren't I? I'm here to give a surprise episode. So I'm thankful that there is, it's still there, and I'm still working on it, and it's still a very, very huge passion for me. We will continue to talk about music and the life lessons that are inspired by that music. So, to anyone who's also wanting to start something new, and you're not sure about it, I'm just going to encourage you to give it a try. Okay, so just to quote one of my favorite songs, which I'm going to dedicate to you who's listening, who relates with this, Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield speaks to this, where she said, the song says, today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten. So you can start writing it today. I turned 42 today. I can't believe I said that out loud, but yeah, I turned 42 and I am unwritten. So today is where my book begins, and I'm going to start writing into it the way I want to. And I'll be back next year to tell you how it's going. So I take any opportunity there is to reset, to refocus, to recenter. I would like to encourage you, if you haven't done that in a while and you're stuck in a rut, I encourage you to pick back up and find new passions and just give it a go. Today is where your book begins. Make today the day that your book begins, and the rest is still unwritten. So that's the song for you on that one. I've made a lot of meaningful connections. Those real life conversations that I was talking about, it's been great. And people who share similar interests and people who share similar values, I've been able to share the love of Jesus on my platform. What an honor that has been for me. And to have people share and speak into my life as well. We've had conversations about mental health, a topic that's not quite as popular where I come from to talk about. I feel like the conversations are increasing, and I'm so happy to be part of that movement that normalizes talking about mental health. Sometimes we've even zeroed in on men's mental health, and it's been quite fulfilling and a very great learning experience for me. And I love having people come on to the platform and bring fresh perspectives and also provide resources that I can provide to people who need someone to talk to. So I'm really thankful for that. That's one more thing that's happened since my birthday. And for every real connection that I've made, be it on TikTok or in real life, or people who've come to be guests on my show and ended up being friends, I just want to dedicate Anytime You Need a Friend by Mariah Carey. Reach out, let me know what I can do to make your life better, or, what I can do to, to help you through whatever. So that's my song to you. And so, as you can see, it's been a year where I have grown a lot personally. There are areas that seem stagnant to the human eye, but trust when I say I've done a lot of growing, and I'm truly thankful for it. I would be remiss not to mention it. I would be remiss not to thank God for it. So I wanted to share this on my birthday. Maybe inspire someone. If I can inspire a heart of gratitude for someone who isn't quite seeing any growth, just take a moment and reflect on where you were last year at this time and where you are now. There's got to be one or two areas where you've improved. So in my case, I'm still learning. Even some mistakes I made as a parent or as a friend or as a family member, I am in a season where I am learning. And there are times when if I've probably seemed like I've shut down, and it may be uncomfortable, but I feel like God is working in my life, and I'm coming back swinging, and I'm coming back, ready to take this on and be the best I can be for myself, for my family, and for you. So I'm really, I've been reflecting a lot on those things. I'm gaining a deeper understanding of myself and my values. And so to anyone who is in my life at this point, I would like to dedicate Pieces of Me by Legacy. It really just talks about how the good and the bad kind of make up who we are, and we are to just, you know, appreciate each other with our flaws, right? So that's a song for that situation. Lastly, looking ahead, so future plans at this point, nothing I can really write home about. I'm going to keep working on the platforms. I'm going to keep working on making real connections. I'm going to keep working on being better. I once had a guest on the show, and when I asked him, I won't forget this. I literally asked him, I was like, "So, what are you working on right now?" And you know what his answer was? It was the most profound thing. He was like, "Me. My project right now is me. A better me, a better dad, a better friend, a better, person, So I think for me, I'm going to go ahead and take take a page out of this guy's book and just say, I for the future, I'm working on me. I'm going to continue working on myself and how I impact other people's lives. For those who've been patient with me as I've been figuring it out, thank you so much. I will definitely do my best to make it worth it. And I'm looking forward to being reunited with my family, with my boys. And if they're listening, I love you so much. Simba, Jordan, Makanaka, you are my world. And I am not afraid of the future. A year ago, I was. A year and a half ago, I had the worst depressive episode ever. And I'm just thankful that I'm still here. I'm thankful that I can actually give a speech of thanks. And God is good. God has been good, and He continues to be good. And I'm not afraid of the future. And the song that speaks to this for me is a song by, Bill. It was originally done by Bill and Gloria Gaither, Because He Lives. It says, just to quote some of the lyrics from there, because He lives, I can face tomorrow. Because He lives, all my fear is gone. Because I know He holds my future, and life is worth the living just because He lives. I am okay because Jesus lives, and He lives in me. So that's my birthday message for today. Thank you so much for every listen, every share, every repost, everything towards Rhyme and Reason with Priss. We're coming back with more episodes, and I can't wait for you to hear them. God bless you, everyone. Take care.